dangerous developments in the Strait of Hormuz this Monday that are putting increasing strain on the situation. Iran's navy's fired at US warships. This came after the Americans dispatched cruisers to help guide cargo vessels through the strait. Earlier, US President Donald Trump announced a plan to guide ships from neutral countries out of the Persian Gulf, saying it was a humanitarian effort to help their stranded crews. And Trump claims that the US has sunk 7 Iranian small boats deployed to stop cargo ships getting through, while Iran denies this, and the number they are quoting is 6. Meanwhile, it's reported by London that a cargo ship is burning off the coast of the United Arab Emirates. Few details on this as we go to air. Earlier, South Korea confirmed a cargo vessel was on fire in the Strait of Hormuz as theirs. The ship sails under a Panama flag, but it's operated by Seoul. There are no reported injuries there. But all in all, many events showing that the situation is becoming very tense indeed. Let's bring in from Tehran our correspondent, Reza Sayah, for the latest from there. Reza, good evening to you. Exchanges of fire in the Strait of Hormuz. Give us a perspective from Tehran.
Obviously, lots of activity in the Strait of Hormuz in that region today, lots to sort through and lots of conflicting stories and narratives, both from Tehran and Washington. What is clear is that tensions have escalated in the region, with Iranian forces firing a number of drones, a number of missiles described by state media as warning shots. These 2 commercial vessels on fire in the region, and an oil facility, United Arab Emirates, hit by a U.S. drone reportedly. If we rewind, zoom back, we can explain how this all started. You'll recall yesterday, U.S. President Donald Trump announcing his Project Freedom, a plan by U.S. forces to guide and escort commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz. Of course, over the past couple of months, due to this war, Iranian forces placed restrictions on the Strait of Hormuz, and the result has been roughly 2,000 commercial vessels stuck in the Strait of Hormuz, putting a severe strain on global economy. Earlier today, Washington reporting that at least 2 vessels, commercial vessels with U.S. flags, had gone through the strait. And that's when all the activity started. Iranian state media citing Iranian military officials denying that vessels had passed through the strait and warning other vessels that if they attempted to pass through, they would get destroyed. Then you had Iranian state media showing video of Iranian missiles being launched, described as warning shots. And reports 2 cargo vessels were on fire in the region. United Arab Emirates reporting that the Fujairah oil facility was hit by a drone, and also UAE officials saying their defense systems were intercepting missiles, presumably from Iran. So that's where things stand. If you sort through all these conflicting stories, the impression is that the U.S. took some sort of action. U.S. forces took some sort of action in the region. Iran didn't like it, and they took their own action. All of this happening against the backdrop of threats coming from Washington, headlines and statements, also statements from Tehran, suggesting that the resumption of war is increasingly a possibility. It could be psychological warfare from both sides, trying to apply pressure on the enemy, break morale, or there could be some substance to these reports. It's hard to tell at this point.
You mentioned in detail there, Reza, the fact there's been a number of incidents across the Persian Gulf, reports of Iranian missiles and drones being fired at Gulf states once again. It is looking more and more like this war is resuming.
If the signs don't look good, but this war over the past couple of months has also been an information war, psychological warfare, threats designed to apply pressure and break morale. This could be what we're seeing, but when you see missiles being fired, that's not a good sign. In the meantime, diplomatic efforts are continuing. Iranian officials acknowledging that those efforts using Pakistan as an intermediary are happening indirectly. The U.S. reportedly sent their response to Iran's latest proposal. Now we're waiting on Iran to respond to the latest U.S. proposal. But Iran's position has been clear. They want the diplomatic efforts to be in stages, and they say the first stage must be the U.S. honoring the ceasefire, lifting the U.S. naval blockade, ending all hostilities in the region, including Lebanon. And that seems to be a tall order because Israel is clearly intent on continuing their bombing campaign in southern Lebanon. So that's where things stand. And now you have tensions escalating in the Strait.
Reza Sayah, as always, thank you very much indeed for bringing us up to date with the situation there. Your analysis is priceless. Thank you very much indeed. Reza Sayah, our correspondent live in Tehran. Thank you, sir.